Hey, this will be a video chart on Washington Mutual, WAMUQ. Been following this one for a long time, and I'm being pretty stubborn about it. If another big move happens, like this chart has a history of doing, I'm not going to miss it. So I see a day like today where we had increasing volume, and then we also had a nice bullish candle. Stock was up a little over 7%. So maybe nothing will come of it, because the chart also has a big history of kind of that too. Most recently, this big move here, and then it just sputtered out. But if this is the beginning, I want to be sure I can get it on video and at least alert people to it so they can watch it next week and see what happens. So what I'm going to do is kind of just map out some supports and resistance levels. Really, what I noticed was we have a trend line here that the stock has continued to bump its head on every time it tries to make a move. So you can see right here, it bumped its head right there, didn't quite hit it, but got close enough. Right there hit it, and then right there once again hit it. So this trend line is being quite a thorn in the side of the chart. But with trend lines like this, when they are broken, they do tend to produce some pretty nice moves. So it's worth at least watching. And then on the support side of things, you can see that this level right here, kind of have a channel like that, has been holding up very nicely. Right now it's right around the 5.5 cent mark. So that's going to be the key area of support. And actually, if I would have drawn this trend line a little bit more accurate, so if I kind of go like this and then extend this down a little bit, kind of have a falling wedge in a sense. If I use that, maybe that's stretching a little bit. But the point is, we have this pretty much sideways drifting channel, and then all of a sudden an increase in volume, and the price reacted with it. So it just becomes a question of, is there anything behind this, or is this just going to be kind of a one-day thing, and is the price going to drop right back into this channel? I have no idea, but it's definitely worth watching. And the other thing to point out is, look at these Bollinger Bands. These are about as tight as it can get. If you're not real sure what that means, just do a little research on Bollinger Bands, and you'll see what tight formations like this means. So from that perspective, we definitely have a Bollinger Band squeeze here going on too. So we'll see what happens next week. It could get pretty interesting. Now, if the price is able to get through this resistance trend line, where are the next possible areas of resistance? So when looking at it, I think, and not being unrealistic either, but really if there can be a strong volume breakout from this pattern, the next level of resistance really isn't up until this level here, where we had these previous highs up right around 8 cents. And then after that, not until 9.5 cents. Now, in some charts, I'd say, well, that's kind of unrealistic. But, like I said, if you go back and look through the history of Washington Mutual's chart, it goes on some big moves, and it can get moving really fast. So if it were able to get through this trend line here, I think, if you go back through the past history, you'll see what I mean by, making it up to that level or even all the way up to there, isn't completely unrealistic. And like I said, if you want a recent example, just look right here. When the price got moving in a matter of 2 days, it made this huge move here on very nice liquidity. So it's, like I keep saying, it's not unrealistic. But of course, it does require confirmation. And the first sign of confirmation is going to be, can the price get above this trend line? And then the second part of that's going to be, is volume going to remain strong? So obviously, I don't know the answers to those two things at this point, but it's definitely worth, I think, watching and seeing what happens next week. If there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook, and with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from penny stocks up to big boards. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. It is all free. We've been making some good money together, so I'd encourage you to go to the site, sign up, and see what it's all about. One more time, this was WAMUQ. Thanks for listening.